Anthony Ferraro, Dan Mancina. Two blind guys collide to bring you Four Bad Eyes Podcast.
Welcome back. Four Bad Eyes. Harry Potter's out. Shrek is in, dude. Shrek's the new hot topic.
Dude, I still don't know what Shrek looks like after all.
Oh, I got the explanation from Heather the other day.
Oh, wait, like a more in depth.
We were pretty spot on. He has like a tunic thing.
What's a tunic?
It's like a cloak, but it cuts off like halfway mid-thigh. And then he has some grungy shorts, like long cut-off shorts.
What color do you know?
The shorts are like a dirty brown.
Okay.
And then the tunic's it's almost like a hay sack. What is that called?
Hay sack.
Like
you mean
sack.
like a?
It's like a sack, but like a potato sack. That's what I'm trying
There's
to
a lot of different types of sacks.
like a potato sack.
Okay, like a brown.
And then he has a belt that comes around and holds it on.
I remember the belt. It's like a big, blocky belt, right?
Yeah,
like
big old thick boy.
black belt.
Not sure what color.
I think it was black, dude. I'll put money on
and then he's got big white teeth. Or they're kind of grungy. He brushes them with like this ooze, like dirty slime stuff when he brushes his teeth.
Ugh.
And he takes mud baths.
Yeah, all I know is all those people are in his swamp, dude.
And that's Shrek, dude.
Yeah, Shrek is in.
Shrek's in. Harry Potter's out, dude. Except 1 and 2. 2's the best.
Okay, here's a question. What movie would you rather live in?
Harry Potter or Shrek?
Yeah.
We're talking Harry Potter during the Dark Wars?
Yeah.
During the Dark Arts?
Yeah. This is during the war.
I'm a little scared, dude. Shrek's got your back no matter what.
Well, here's the thing. No matter what, even if you're post dark the major Dark War, you're still what's the next war? You know what I mean? There's gonna be another one.
Hopefully Harry Potter 7, 8, 9,
8.
10.
8.
Is there
We had
7?
7. There's 7 and there's 8 books.
No, there's more movies.
Or is there 6 and 7 books? Oh, yeah.
There's 6 books,
7 books,
movies,
8
right?
movies.
Because they broke Deathly Hallows up.
No, so there's...
Bastards.
Wait, are you right? Yeah, there's 7 books.
There's...
Order of Phoenix is 5.
Hang on, there's... First one is...
Sorcerer's Stone.
2
is Chamber of Secrets. Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
The one with the games. The Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix.
Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince.
And Deathly
Hallows.
Hallows. So 7. And there's 8 movies. Dude,
7
don't
books.
mess with
Book
my
8. Book
Harry
8's coming
Potter.
out. Your recall, dude.
Dude, my recall is
7 books,
out.
dude.
Yeah. I think, who do you think would win in a fight? Harry Potter or Shrek?
Potter, dude. He took on Voldemort, dude. He's got the Elder Wand.
Yeah, but...
With the Elder Wand or without the Elder Wand?
Well, with his regular wand.
Regular wand, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Phoenix blood.
Yeah, Harry's going to win that, dude. You can't beat magic. Chuck's pretty handy, though.
When I was a kid reading Harry Potter, I would have done anything to be able to do magic.
Actually, in Shrek... Ooh, which one is it?
Dude, Shrek 1 is the only one that matters. I don't get this. Who is Puss in Boots?
Shrek 2.
Who was
Puss in Boots is weak. Can't believe he got the spinoff. Doesn't make any sense.
What the...
Weak character.
Yeah.
Never even saw Puss in Boots.
Okay, so that's not an actual Shrek?
He's a character in Shrek. He started in Shrek and then he got his own movies.
Oh, who does he think he is, dude? Everyone's just trying to get their own movie.
People love cats. I think that's what it is. I'm not a cat guy, though.
Yeah, me neither.
But Shrek, in I believe the last movie, does face witches with wands and they're doing magic. And he beats them. So he might have a chance with old Harry.
What do these movies turn into, dude?
The last one, there's a bunch of witches. They rule the
That's
realm.
too witchy
or they
for
help.
me.
They help Rumpelstiltskin rule the realm.
Is he married to the chick the whole time?
He is. He's having a tough time because he has all the kids, and he's like,
how many kids do they have?
And he makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin. 3 kids, I think.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yes, Rumpelstiltskin. And
Stop saying it like that. Are you saying it like that on purpose?
And
It's still
he'll
skin.
steal your skin, dude.
Rumpelstiltskin.
And he gets tricked. He says, "Give me just one day by myself." And Rumpelstiltskin
Stop saying.
steals his life, and by the end of the day, he has to win Fiona back, and that's the whole premise.
Wait, he has to win her back? Who has her? Steelskin?
Because he said you can switch it with any day you want. And he said, "Yeah, like when one of the days when I'm a baby, just switch it with one of those. I don't remember." He's like, "Okay." Signs the deal. Magic happens. Shrek wakes up, and it's a new day, and he's all in the swamp all by himself. He goes around yelling, screaming at people, scaring people. He's like an ogre again. And then he realizes that nobody's there, and Fiona doesn't even know he exists because Rumpelstiltskin stole the day he was born, which means that he doesn't even exist. At the end of the day, he's going to just disappear. So he finds Fiona eventually. I think Rumpel's got her hidden away or something. Oh no, she's an ogre with all the other ogres, and they're fighting some battle or something, trying to take over Rumpelstiltskin. And he ends up finding her, and then she doesn't even recognize him, right? Because he never existed. And he's only there for that one day, so he has to make her. That's the last movie. To know how it ends, you gotta watch it though.
It's like 50 First Dates.
He finds Donkey, he doesn't even know who he is. And he sings the song that Donkey sang to him in the first movie.
Wait, so Donkey doesn't know who he is, or
Nobody does. Shrek doesn't. It's like Shrek never existed.
Does Shrek know who he is?
Yes, and he realizes that there's a clause in the contract by old Rumpelstiltskin that if he makes Fiona fall in love with him, the spell's reversed.
Okay.
Yeah, he does it though.
How does he do it? Potion?
No, he helps.
Turns
He
on
helps
the old
her.
Shrek swag.
He just helps her fight the war and ends up sacrificing himself for the greater of the army. And then she realizes that he is my true love.
Being an ogre's got to be a tough shtick.
It is, dude. It is a tough shit.
You think there's like parallels of being blind and being an ogre?
Onions.
You peel back the layers.
We got we can cut onions with our eyes closed. Onions, Donkey.
That's a funny comment. Is
Layers.
do your eyes still water if you cut onions?
Yeah.
We've talked about this, right? Don't some people not water anymore?
Are some people immune?
I think so.
Or you mean blind people?
Blind people.
No, it always gets you. Some people might be immune.
Well, prosthetics.
No, my prosthetic, it's a little more immune to it because there's a little, it's not hitting
There's like
right
a
on the
shield
eyeball.
in the
It's got a little
front.
shield, yeah. But it'll still get you, I think. If it just squirt some onion juice in there, it'll start burning.
So you would much rather... Wait, you never answered, though. Would you rather be in Harry Potter or Shrek?
Oof, they both have magical things, you know?
Yeah. I think in Harry Potter, it depends who you have to be.
Wait, am I a wizard? Or
Or a muggle?
am I a muggle?
Oh, God. No.
Maybe
wizard.
I'm
What if you're a warlock?
what is
or
felt?
not a
schmurb.
squib.
Squib.
Squib. Filch.
Am I a squib?
Or are you a goblin?
I'll take if I'm either a wizard or I'm married to a witch.
What about a Dementor?
I'll take it.
Wait, why married to a witch?
Because you still get the benefits.
No, you can't do anything.
Yeah, but your wife can, and that's hot. She's a witch, dude.
That is kind of hot, but it's also
Witchy
scary.
woman.
Witchy witch.
Witch wife, dude. How about that, dude? Little pointy hat.
Dude, witch wife.
Hike that cloak up, dude.
Witchy witch in the magic.
And think about what she could do with her wand, Jerry. Imagine that.
Turn into a cane.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd be scared.
And then maybe
Just put a spell on you.
maybe she can fix your eyes with a little
evil woman.
ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. Do you
ridiculous.
think you don't hear about blind people in Harry Potter?
That's my book I'm writing. The Blind Wizard, dude.
The Blind Wizard?
That's my book, dude.
Wait, give me this premise.
Pretty much. It's pretty much a pretty hardcore spin-off of Harry, but he's a blind wizard. And then somehow his blindness, in a way, isn't affected by some dark arts, and he's able to defeat the main bad guy.
Okay, but is
through
there
his blindness?
Is there a spin-off on like how he went blind?
Here's the thing: you don't know that he's blind until the end of. It's very descriptive throughout the whole book, and in the end, it all comes together. And you're like, oh my god, he's blind. That's how he did it.
What if he? Do you find out that he went blind too from like a dark arts? Some dark spell.
Yeah,
that's why he can't heal himself or be healed by.
Can't be healed. Yes, the dark arts got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got stabbed in the eye with the basilisk fang.
Yeah.
Both of his eyes, dude. 2 fangs.
You got Cruciatus. I like that. That's a good.
Dude?
I feel like that has legs.
Yes, dude. Blind wizard, but you don't know he's blind to the very end.
That. I don't know how that's going to play.
And it all comes together, dude. It all weaves.
I don't know how that would come together.
It's going to take some good writing, dude.
By you?
Yeah. I'm the Shel Silverstein of my
Who was
era.
Shel Silvers? I know that name. What did they write? Is that a boy or a girl? Shell.
Was it The Giving Tree?
The Giver?
The Giving Tree. Either that or Where the Sidewalk Ends.
What the hell? I got a show rec for you. Did you watch Silo?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch that
Sounds
on Apple
spooky.
TV. Dude, it is spooky.
Not gonna watch it then.
Not like spooky in the sense of like ghosts and stuff. It's like people locked away in this silo that's basically like in a mental asylum, but they don't even know it. They're afraid to go outside. They think they can't go outside, but they're all brainwashed. It's crazy.
Yeah. Too intense for me, dude.
Yeah. It's just, no, man,
I think I have heard of that, though. That's ringing a bell now that you say it.
It's also a book. It's based on a book. But after Harry Potter, I'm convinced every book is better than any movie.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'm sure there's an example out there.
Were you a big book kid when you were younger or never?
No, never.
I was big into books.
I probably read 10 books up until when I had to read them in school.
I read
I don't even know.
The Series of Unfortunate Events.
Mm-hmm. You were in the Goosebumps section?
Is that Goosebumps?
No. But
I remember Goosebumps, but I don't remember
it was spooky.
The stories.
Kids.
A Series of Unfortunate Events is spooky now.
Ooh.
It's like, and then what else would I read? I would always, so in Philly at the blind school, they had this was really cool, which I wish this was a thing that was available now, close by. In my school, there was a whole library of Braille books. So you can just scan the shelves, Jerry, pull the book out, read the title, and then, like, am I into this or not? So I would read all these biographies, like Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, like every biography I could pull off, Shaquille O'Neal.
Just like our boy Evan, dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I read all the biographies, and then I was hooked on reading. I used to love it.
Babe Ruth was a phenomenon for little boys, dude.
Yeah, I
love Babe. I did read his I do like a class project on him. I read his biography.
Lou Gehrig.
Something about Babe Ruth. The Big Bambino, dude. Sultan of
SWAT.
Sultan of SWAT.
Yeah, the Colossal of Clout. It's like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I used to read Wilt Chamberlain's, like all these guys.
I wasn't even into baseball.
Me neither. I wasn't into any sports.
Big Babe got me, though.
Were you easily influenced by kids growing up?
Yeah. I guess so. Not too bad.
How would you judge someone?
What do you mean?
Like on being cool? I'm just curious because because I couldn't see it, I would judge someone. I just remember this on how their voice sounded. Like if their voice sounded cool, I would think they were cool.
They had like a deep voice when they were young.
Yeah, cool. Or like just a different voice. Like like
Yeah.
Even like a stoner type voice,
something
like,
different.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember paying too much attention to voices.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. If you skated, you were cool. I never I guess anybody, Even if you were a nerd, you were cool. I was always nice to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I never really.
I don't think I ever thought anybody was really cool growing up.
No, there was just
my older cousin the one time, maybe he come over and skate. Whoa. But I guess I just thought that skateboarding was cool.
I
don't know,
thought
I
Brian
never thought-
Scribner was one of the coolest kids.
That was the dude.
Yeah.
And then I copied people's hairstyles. Like Brett had the spiky hair, and I spiked my hair.
Yeah, I remember he got tan shoes these one time, and he would brag about them. These tan Nikes with the white swoosh, and they were skate shoes. I remember anytime I'd see a tan shoe, I'd want to get it because he had those tan shoes.
Influencer, dude. He was an influencer.
Do any influences like that stick with you to today? Do you know what I mean? They just kind of stay in the back of your mind, oh, that's cool because of that moment.
Not a moment, but I'm more I don't change my style because I know it's just always changing.
Yeah.
So I just keep it basic.
Yeah.
Like how my grandpa used to dress, just basic stuff. Nice, straightforward. Bones tee and some pants.
For example, when I was younger, I remember my brother getting a hazelnut coffee from Starbucks. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, dude. So even to this day, every once in a blue moon, I'll go hazelnut and
Get a
feel
hazelnut?
super cool.
Wow.
It's just nostalgic.
Yeah, I would steal some of my brother's style things.
Yeah.
One time I wore a white tee, khakis were hot.
Khakis were super hot.
In middle school. Some khakis, white tee, and then I think I said this, a polo, but not wearing the polo, just drooped over my shoulder, Jerry.
What the hell is that?
Just drooped over the shoulder.
Wait.
Carrying it around.
Wait, with a white tee on?
With a white tee on.
Dude, that is some gangster Detroit shit.
And then it was a red and white striped, I think Tommy Hilfiger polo.
No way.
So it just
on the
popped
shoulder?
on the white tee, but just drooped over the shoulder, Jerry.
You would just carry it?
I saw that once and I was like, that looks cool.
Who wore it?
I don't even know. I think it was my brother.
Dude,
and I remember somebody in school be like, why aren't you wearing that? And I was like, I don't know.
How would you, was it just sloppily folded over your shoulder? Or was
just
it
yeah, you'd throw a towel over your shoulder.
Yeah, okay, so it wasn't
not caped.
Yeah.
No.
Was
over one shoulder.
Dude, well, I remember seeing 50 Cent and Eminem at a concert on TV. They had a white rag coming out of their back of their sweatpants.
Yeah, that's
dude. I thought that was sick. I used to do it while I skated.
Yeah, the rag.
I thought I was sick because I think Kareem Campbell did it too, or someone.
Yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And I saw this Mexican gangster dude in LA once, and he had tall white socks with just black slides.
Well, that's a real look.
Ooh,
yeah,
that looks pretty cool. That's the first time I was like, dang, slides see, if you not got the style, you can pull slides off.
If you do that in my beach town growing up,
can't pull that off.
That's the major, I'm not from around here.
I can't pull that. Well, you can't be a nerdy guy though.
No, but socks with sandals.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You can't be a nerdy guy and do it.
Well, that's the Cam Patterson look.
This dude was pulling it off, dude.
That's the Cam Patterson.
Yeah, I don't know. Does he pull it off? I don't know. I'd
think
have to
so.
see it. Yeah, the slides and white. They got to be crispy white socks. Can't be no dirty socks though.
Yeah.
And then I think he has shorts on. Shorts, which I could never pull that off.
What, shorts with...
Just white socks and slides.
Yeah.
No
I remember
and tall socks. I can't do tall socks.
It was so funny what I would do with clothes growing up. I would get really tight skinny tees and like the Hanes ones, the white and black ones. And I used to wear those under my shirt because I thought it made me look jacked as a kid. And
Yeah, there's a feel to undertees. I'm a big fan of the undertee.
But
And I haven't been doing it in years.
But yeah, I used to go the under t-shirt and like that was too much.
That's nice.
But dude, I remember I used to see this dude in Camp Marcella for the blind. He was one of the counselors, John. He used to wear, he was like from the hood in Patterson, and like he used to wear a giant white tee and then wear like a red or like whatever color tee over that. But the t-shirt he would
The
wear
white tee
over
would
the
stick
white
out?
tee, yeah,
Yeah.
but everywhere, like the
Yeah,
sleeves and the
yeah.
everything. And it
Like a
was such a
2X white
look.
tee and an
an
XL.
XL, yeah.
Yeah.
It was such a look.
It's a look, dude.
I remember when like the long sleeve under the t-shirt was the thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember
yeah,
that? The
yeah.
double up, dude.
I can't do that. But I love it. In the fall, a double T is nice, dude.
No, you can't do a double T.
It's like having a sweatshirt without a sweatshirt.
Because if one gets like like the one underneath gets, it's not flush. You know?
can't be dancing around, dude. You're just chilling, throwing the vibe out.
Throwing the vibe out.
I think those were the only things I got stoked on. I painted my nails once in middle school.
Painted my nails once.
Teacher let me. Shout out to Miss Desklevitz. She was like the cool teacher. So you want to paint it? Yeah, you can paint your nails. Painted them blue, dude.
Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my sister paint mine black.
And then I died.
Blue hair.
Light
Dan.
blue, dude. Light blue. Saw it in a snowboard mag. That was cool. I was like, that's cool. And then I went swimming twice, and my hair was just bleach blonde for the rest of the summer.
It's crazy how we would just go to, like, we would emulate styles and just go for it. Like, I remember going to the barber as a kid and being like, cut my hair like John Cena.
Yep. I did Keith Urban once.
No way.
Cut my hair like Keith Urban. From the music video, what is the name of the song? Take your cat and leave my sweater. We have nothing left to weather.
I don't know this one.
You'll think of me. You'll think of me. That's the name of the song. Yeah, dude. He had like the frosty tips and like kind of like long in the front, brushed over. And I was like, I want that.
Dude, one time I was in Puerto Rico with my family and I needed a haircut and it was my like buzz cut years. And I go to this haircut place, like a barbershop in Puerto Rico on the beach, basically. It's a little shack. And the guy starts, I don't even tell him anything. He starts buzzing my hair. And I'm in like 5th grade, I think. And I had just bought these sunglasses that were like, you know, the dark tint, but they were white frames. Like real loud, crispy white frames. Like back when, like, remember like when Fat Joe would wear those and stuff?
Jersey Shore, baby.
No. This was like
Dude,
the rappers were wearing
This is
white.
Jersey Shore shit, dude.
No, and dude, listen, I was so tan, right? Because I get really dark. And the guy cut my hair to the boxy Puerto Rican like hairstyle. And it was really short, low cut. But like the fronts, he did these like things that I've never had done to my hair where he makes it like a square. And I looked like a straight, like people were coming up to me and speaking Spanish and stuff. And my brothers, I remember my brothers were like making fun of me and I didn't know what was going on. And then I got really upset about it. And that was one haircut that really stuck with me.
Dang. I never really got a bad hair, but I never really cared. I cut my hair by myself all through high school and stuff.
I used to do that all through middle school.
Because I would just grow it on for a year, shave it off, grow it on,
I would
shave
pick it.
I wouldn't pick it.
I would
Jeez.
just take the guard off and shave it.
Oh, no guard. Pick is when you use a
Sorry,
to shave
not
your
pick
face.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No
just,
guard, dude.
No,
No
guard.
guard.
Just buzz it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
It was. Mine always looked so off.
Tried to cut mine a couple of years ago. Came on all right. The fade's hard, dude.
You tried to do a fade?
Like somewhat. Like not a. I wasn't down to a no guard. I was like at like a 2 and up to like a
5.
whatever the highest one was. Yeah.
How would you do
After
that?
a couple weeks, couldn't even notice, dude. I literally just was just more pressure at the bottom and it just little less as I went up.
I have a weird calic. Mine's in the front.
Yeah, I didn't mess with any of that. That
Do you
was
have a
just
calic?
5 on
Where's
top.
yours at?
Col-
Calic?
Yeah, I got one on the
Calic?
back. I think everybody has one now.
What the hell is with those things? Why do you have to have it?
I guess not everyone does. I guess some people's just.
No, I think everyone
But
has
I don't
one.
think everyone's twists like that. I think that's the definition of a colic, right? Because it kind of swirls.
I think it just sticks out weird.
Oh, I thought it's really where there's kind of like a little gap. Not a gap, but like where all your hair just twists. It kind of rotates in the top, dude. No?
Mine is
I don't know.
right.
We need a barber, dude.
Mine's right here.
But in the front?
Yeah, in the front. When my hair's short, you can only see it when my hair's short.
All the way in the back, dude.
Town.
Pretty much where your spiky is. It's like where mine is.
Spike Lee.
All healed up from that, dude. I felt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, no longer bald man. Bald man.
We got a little skating in.
Yeah, got some
You
skating in.
50'd the rail, dude.
I 50 the rail. I also went buck wild on the. Dude, are you sure it's the valley? I thought those were the gullies and the other ones were that was the valley and the other ones were the gullies.
The goalie
The
is
double-
the 2-block.
The gullies, the 2-block?
Yeah.
Okay.
The valleys are rolling hills. The valley.
I battled the
Where it goes up and
gullies.
it dips down is a valley. Where it dips. The lowland is the valley.
Me and I did handle some work in the gullies. I was going
In the valley or the gully?
the gully.
Uh,
I was going off the 2-block.
you want to idiot?
No, I ollied it like 4 times though, but I couldn't get a back to back.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you need me out there, dude.
dude, I'll land a little crooked and get wheel bite and fall. It's very
You
frustrating.
ain't turning them shoulders. You might as well 180, dude.
I know, but the park looks amazing though.
Thanks,
It
dude.
feels amazing. The new quarter pipes are key. It's like
Like the little 1.5 in the back.
yeah, I went out there this today when you were laying on the couch, and I was like, I'm just gonna push around for a minute, and I started pushing around, and I just kept pushing, and I was able to go from one thing to the next. And I was like, dude, this truly is accessible. Like, it's very cool how you can put lines together and be kind of confident in where you're going.
Yeah. Basically.
Because I would go down the roll in and I would feel for the mani pad on my right, and then I would know I was going towards the quarter pipe. Come back from the quarter pipe, trying to hit the rail or something. It was so fun, crazy how you.
World's first adaptive skate park. I think we're the first. Now there's a bunch about to pop up, dude.
I know you need to get that title. You need to self-proclaim it.
Yeah. They posted it on I had an article on the Olympic website.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sweet.
Paralympic website, whatever it was. They claimed it. World's first.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we need to get that.
It's in the ether, dude.
We need to get that in the Guinness.
I can get us out here. World's longest 50.
Oh, on that
Probably do
rim?
a longer one on that, I think.
How long was your last one?
Right around 24-ish feet, something like that. Give or take a feet or two,
You think
foot or two.
You think you get because it's a little downhill. You think you can get 40 or
I
38,
couldn't do the whole thing. I could
You
maybe
think-
do 30.
30?
Yeah.
That would be insane. Tomorrow,
We could try.
let's do it. Yeah. Would you wax? Do you ever wax your trucks?
Had to be a rare thing.
What, like a street thing or what?
In the street, yeah.
What about your
Some was
board?
just kind of stick in and you just need a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's if somebody else is skating the thing too and you don't want to wax the actual obstacle, so you put a little bit on your trucks. Never wax a skate park.
No.
That's a no, dude. I wax mine though,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
because I like stuff real slick.
Yeah.
But at the skate park, it's kind of a unwritten rule.
I didn't know this. What are the other rules?
No scooters,
No bikes.
bikes.
Apparently.
We got bikers coming in
Yeah,
the
we got
park.
bikers
Dude. Neighbor
coming.
gave me the scoop. There's some kids coming in.
Dude, this is a big deal.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, dude.
How old do you think they are?
He said they were like 14,
These derelicts.
old enough to know better.
How do they know that this? You gotta stop posting about it, dude.
No, it's just them like
No,
cruising around and they're bored. They're just biking around and they just probably came across it. When you were a kid, you used to go through every neighborhood.
dude, could you imagine? We used to look for pools, so we used to go pool hopping, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ever do this? Go pool hopping.
We should go to the Best Western.
Now, kids, imagine cruising around. Oh no, we go to like the neighborhood.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
So
Once,
imagine
maybe.
cruising around looking for pools, and someone has a skate park in their backyard.
That's how I met one of the dudes, Pat Miller, dude. You could see it from the main road, building the mini
He
ramp.
had a skate
He
park.
had a mini ramp in the backyard.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could see it. Like, what dude's building a ramp, dude?
Dude, Connor de Castro, shout out to a mini ramp in the backyard.
Dead
big
giveaway.
deal.
Right off 7 Mile, dude.
Oh, 7 Mile.
Now it's all built up. You can't see his backyard anymore.
Is it still there?
But back then, no, it's long gone. This was back. We were probably, I don't know, in the middle school. Before I even skated mini ramps, I think. But we never went and barged it, though.
Yeah, because it's your buddies.
No, I didn't know him at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, I would totally try to barge a skate park, I think.
Yeah, for sure, I guess. In my scenario, where it's just like no fences.
If I
where
was
I'm
14
at.
years old and cruising around on my bike with my friends and we saw your house, and first of all, you sleep in till like 12 sometimes when your like sleep is bad, and these kids are cruising by, they see that Heather's car is gone, so no one's here, and just can.
I would ask, dude. Like, yo, can I skate this? It's a full skate park.
I would be pretty thrown off.
I would
think.
ask.
Yeah, because it's a legit skate park.
I would have waited till I saw him skating. Like, dude, what's up? Can I skate?
Can I bike this?
Like, my one neighbor came over. Hey, can I skate? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Joe, dude.
Did he skate?
He skated a little bit. He got scratched the coping, dude.
No way.
Yeah, Joe.
Doing it. Is that you?
Not me, dude.
Oh,
Oh, it's the toilet or something. Smacking on the wall.
that was scary.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think I would ask, dude. Maybe if I was really young, I might have been too. But then I wouldn't have been cruising by myself. I don't know. We cruise around really young. But if I'm on my bike, maybe I would make a pass. You know what I mean? Which are what these kids are doing. They're making like a couple little
like
passes
yeah,
and then taking off.
yeah. It's just like, oh shit, like, and then they cruise through it real fast.
Hard
and
to
get out.
resist, Jerry.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't be able to resist that if you had your board in your hand.
Hard to say what I would have. Depends on the day. You know
Is
what I
it
mean?
any different than like mobbing a good street spot? Like, how is that not a kid's street
Same
spot?
thing, dude.
You know what I mean? Like,
I would say the older I got, the more I would have just barged it.
yeah.
But if I lived in the neighborhood or near the neighborhood,
Oh, I would not barge it.
you'd have
I would
you'd
ask.
rather befriend.
Yeah.
Dude. Skated all the time.
Yes.
Now I'm putting nail strips down and I'm popping their tires, dude. Taking them out.
Dude, you should get a nail strip.
I don't know. I keep going back and forth.
You know where you should put it? Right where you have to enter the park.
No, where you can't see. You can see.
Oh,
it
because
right
they
there.
probably get on from the grass.
Who knows? I'm gonna put it right in the middle of the valleys, dude. So you go up the hump. By the time you
Yeah.
see it, it's too late.
Yeah,
Jerry.
it's too late. 'Cause you're
You're
coming
getting-
down right.
Your
into
tires
it.
are getting smoked, dude.
Unless you're bunny hopping from hip to hip, you're.
Yeah, you're getting smoked, Jerry.
Dude, that is too funny.
Yeah, and then if they come back, they come back, dude. But I got
Trespassing.
them once, dude. That's it.
Did I ever tell you about the time?
Now I'm thinking, but do you remember there was a phone number written on the ledge?
Wait,
It said like Jack or something. There was some number.
what?
And none
You
of my,
didn't tell me
None of my
this.
friends wrote. This is back when we were building. Called the number a bunch of times. Nobody ever picked up.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, when? What did he write?
Just said the name and the number. That was it.
And you called?
Called a bunch of times.
You still have the number?
No.
I was gonna say you should call him right now.
I mean, it's deep in my phone. I couldn't remember which one it would be. Then we Googled it. Just like it was like some guy. I don't even know, some random dude. But like that could have been, just a kid on his plan. Maybe I'm thinking maybe it was that. Maybe it was the kids wrote the number. Call Jack for a good time.
That's what it said?
No, it just said the name of the number. For a good time, call Jack.
Good time.
So who knows? I'm waiting for the day I come out there. There's beer cans, cigarette butts.
That would piss me off.
I just can't be getting anybody getting hurt.
You should get
Sued, dude. Losing the house.
You should get a barbed wire fence.
Pissed. Electrical fence. I'm thinking. Cattle fence.
A cattle fence?
Yeah. I just got to post some signs. No skateboarding. No trespassing. We'll shoot on sight. Blind man will shoot on sight.
Dude, that's what I was... Speaking of trespassing, did I ever tell you the time when I was like, maybe in...
Proud member of the NRA.
7th grade, we'll say. I was hanging out with my cousin Ellie, and I had the best babysitter ever, dude. Her name was Catherine.
Catherine.
And she used to like...
I had Angel.
She was
Angel
not
was
much...
our first.
She was not much of a babysitter. She was more like she would just make sure we wouldn't die. And she would let us do whatever we wanted. We would go to the store. We'd pick up water balloons. We'd fill up, and water guns. We'd fill them up. She'd drive us around, and we would throw them at people out the window, like walking around with these water balloons. We would prank phone call everywhere. Like, it didn't matter. One day, my cousin Ellie and I are hanging out. Catherine's watching us. We want to go play with the neighbor. Because I know the neighbor has, like, sick toys, right? Like, cooler toys than I had. Because I was the youngest of 5. They were just, like, 2 kids over there. They had everything. And I walk over, no one's home. So we just walk in. And this is a pretty wealthy family. A brand new house. They just got an addition and all this stuff. So everything was brand new, state of the art. And it was
State of the art,
like, dude, it was before like.
Do they have like a big screen TV? Dude?
Yeah, big screen in the basement. They had all these toys, everything.
Yeah.
And I remember going to pick up this one toy. And
They had the Hot Wheels loop, dude.
Yes. They had like the Viper Hot Wheels, like the snake one and shit. Like
Creepy crawler, bake oven,
everything you could imagine. All the commercials they had in their house.
Full tech deck skate park.
Dude, they had the entire Star Wars like setup,
Millennium Falcon.
The Spider-Man gloves. Remember the Spidey thing? They could shoot the web.
Yep.
It shot like the silly string.
Silly string. I had that once.
That was sick. The Hulk hands. What else did they have?
Sock and boppers.
Those were dangerous.
Dude, though, got to do a video with those.
But
dude.
I walk in there and I pick up a toy, and all of a sudden, the entire house alarm system starts going off.
Dude.
Me and Ellie look at each other. We're like, run! Like, we're like, we gotta get out of here. So we run out the front door. We go into my house, into the bedroom, and hide in my closet. And it turns out you could see there were all the, like, I think like 2 cop cars came.
Oh my God.
Like all this stuff, and they were trying to figure it out. And I was like, I think we had to like confess, like, I just came over to look for like Lauren and Patrick. Like, yeah, and like, oh, it was a whole scene though.
So you did confess?
I just said I can't remember if I confessed.
Did you like go to your mom or something?
No, because my mom wasn't there. Only Catherine was.
Oh,
the babysitter.
She's looking out the window. What are these cops doing?
Yeah,
looking at you guys.
Oh,
I don't know. Damn, it must have been terrifying.
I will never forget because alarms weren't a thing, dude. So I remember that alarm going off, and
Why did it take so long for it to go off?
Was changed. I don't know. It was like a censored alarm, maybe
maybe there was a delay.
It would I don't know.
To lure them in till the cops get there, and then it goes off.
Well, maybe it will watch you, and then it senses if you pick something. I remember picking up a toy.
Oh, as soon as you touched the toy, it went off?
No, as soon as I picked it up off the ground, it started. So I don't know, man. Maybe it sensed motion.
Dude, our first babysitter was a real boach, dude.
But what's a boach? Oh,
Evil
bitch.
woman, dude.
Evil
She used to
woman.
go to McDonald's drive-thru and get food for herself
No, she wouldn't.
and not us to eat in front of us.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
How old was she?
Hard to say. We were little, dude. I was really small.
See, Catherine
So
was
she was
like in
probably
college.
I don't think this girl was going to college.
Ah!
She was probably like, I don't know, 20s oldest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right in the 20s ish.
Whoa, wow, that is. And how old were you? Like 8, 9?
I was way little, dude. I was like
And you
3.
remember this?
3. My brother's a little bit older.
You remember her getting McDonald's?
Yeah, dude, eat in front of us in the Mickey D's. Dude.
None of you would get any.
None of us.
Dude, that is child abuse, maybe.
Yeah, dude. Then we had Don Quackenbush. Don Quackenbush was cool.
What the hell is a Don Quackenbush?
Don Quackenbush was our babysitter for a long time.
Sounds like an item on the menu at
She was rad.
Water.
But I think the first lady, she had like a hard. I think your dad was like a crackhead.
She was just trying to get by nannying.
And I think later my mom saw her, she was on crack. Though.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she had a tough. God, it's the best help you can get in East Detroit, dude. Mom's trying to finish college and get a job, dude. Well, East Point, dude.
Did you live on 8 Mile?
No, we were off 9 Mile.
How is it 1 mile
9
away
Mile
from
and
8
Gratiot.
Mile?
Yeah, but I also lived on 7 Mile in our second house where I grew up most of my life. It was like a nice neighborhood in 7 Mile, like in the suburbs.
Is 8 Mile?
So you can be on 8 Mile and be in Gucci giant houses.
Oh, really?
We just gotta go over,
Over
you know the song
tracks?
Over the Tracks.
Yeah, over the
dude,
track.
to
That's
the other side of 8 Mile.
Yeah, it's like from Spring Lake to Spring Lake Heights.
Yeah, every place got the tracks.
Oh.
9 Mile, yeah, 9 Mile and Gratiot.
Although Heights is becoming just as expensive. Oh. Is it one? Sorry, yeah, it is 1 mile away. Where is Navarra?
What does it say? 8 Mile in Navarra. I mean, I know we were like, I don't know. I think we were like within like a mile of where Eminem grew up or something like that. Close. Then 2 mile. I feel like in my head I'm thinking in like 3/4 of a mile away,
Damn.
but it might have been a little farther. So it was right there in the fucking hoodie hood. I mean, ours neighborhood was more white trashy.
Yeah, but no, his wasn't. Was there a lot of factories in your
There
neighborhood?
weren't a lot of black people on our block. Not that I remember. And it was really like black versus white
Really?
in my neighborhood. Yeah, there was some beef, which
Was-
I was too young to really get into any of that.
Would people just hang out like on the street?
Yeah, it was.
Because
It
you
was
say
really
the block, like
It was really fun, dude. I mean, we had a lot of kids on our street. And we would all just be cruising around. Like, yeah, we riding our bikes. I walked to school all through elementary school.
yeah, same.
You know
But
what I mean?
that's
And that was like a mile away.
okay.
You know,
And
when
did
you're
it feel like a
how old are
city or
you
was
then?
it a suburb?
6 or something? No, it just felt like a little. I don't know, just a little street, dude. Small
Oh
houses.
no, I didn't walk to school in elementary school. That's crazy.
Yeah, when I was little.
With a crew or just yourself? Or
Well, I had
like,
my
mixed?
brothers too.
Okay.
Yeah, at least one brother I think was with me all through. Well, eventually they all went on to middle school,
It's crazy.
and then I would have like my friends I'd walk with. I can't even remember who I'd walk to school with, dude. My one buddy Ronnie Ellis was my good friend growing up in East Detroit.
Yo, I read about your Uncle Ronnie too. I'm sorry.
And then he moved. He was the first one. His parents, his dad must have made some money because he worked something automotive, and he moved to the suburb, like they just built the subdivision,
Mhm.
brand new houses, like 2 stories. They had like a big old Yukon. His dad had a boat and a trailer before I even know what
they
fishing
were like
was.
they were new money.
Yes, they had a
Yeah.
pool with a deck all around it. Basement. Her mom had like a tanning bed in the house.
Wow.
I don't think she didn't even work too.
When
She would
people
just stay
started
home
getting
with
like
kids.
gadgets like that, like the
Yeah.
tanning bed,
Whoa.
like something that's like seems easily obtainable today, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
not that it is, but it's more accessible. Like
Back then,
a
that was
tanning
a
bed would have
big
been
deal.
like it could have been 10 grand.
They're still 10 grand right now.
So it could have been 30.
So I don't even. Yeah, they might
that's
have been crazy.
That's
then.
what I mean. Like things we just have today that are more easily accessible. These things were like 60 grand. Like
Yeah.
the price of them.
But when I would go stay over there, that neighborhood was boring because there weren't really any kids.
Okay.
Like we would walk up to there's this giant open field because they had just built the subdivision.
Well, it's also more private, right? Like no one's
Roaming the
like talking to
woods.
each other.
Yes.
No family. It's not like everyone's like, give me my privacy. Leave
We
me
go
alone.
do some ding dong ditching, but it was just like old people we're messing with.
Oh,
But East Detroit neighborhood was fun, dude. Bunch of kids. We were like tents in the backyard, camping out.
oh, that was a classic.
And I mean, biking everywhere. We had the Jack Row was the little factory on the corner of the street that had a big parking lot. We were playing roller hockey, baseball in there. Dude, it was fun.
Were you good at roller hockey?
I would always be the goalie.
Really?
I liked it.
Yeah, you were pretty good.
You know,
at
that I mean, that age,
goalie.
who knows how many times I don't know what I play. Handful of times. You know what I mean? I only had a few like I moved when I was 9, I think. Going on 9 years old. So like I was just starting
You moved to 7 Mile?
to Livonia, to the suburbs.
To Livonia.
Yeah. Mom got us out of there and moved to a nice house.
Oh, you were only 7?
I was like 9, going on 9,
Yeah.
I think. 8 or 9.
Wow.
And then we had the pool in the backyard, dude. It was epic.
Do you remember the move? Like, was it traumatic at all?
No, I remember,
Or do you
my
remember
brothers all
being
hated
hyped?
it. And then I was like,
You're 8 or 9. You're
definitely
not like...
had a chip on my shoulder for sure. Because I'm like, all these snobby little white kids, dude.
Yeah.
Rich kids.
That's funny because that's how I felt when I moved from... So I always lived in the town I live in, but when I went to the school in Philadelphia, when I moved to the school in my town, I always felt that about those kids. Like, these preppy little rich
preppy
kids.
was the perfect word. Like, these preppy kids, dude.
Like, you guys don't get it. You have no, like...
I'm from East Detroit, bro.
Yeah, like wearing, like, Lululemon. Like, the freshest clothes, whatever it is. Like, most...
Yeah, dude. So, like, a little bit. I mean, I didn't really... My brothers were more really into that whole thing. Like, just hating it.
Yeah.
You know, they would all hang out with all the gangster kids, with all the kids getting in trouble.
Your brothers did?
Yeah. But
Oh,
I
okay.
was like chill. Like I said, I hung out with everybody really. And then I started skating but yeah, my brothers hung out with like the worst kids and all the druggies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But we were always all smart enough to not
Yeah, to not get involved too
in like
deep.
the heavy drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good times, dude. But thank God I moved alone because that's when I met all my skateboard friends. I had like actual skate. There were
Dude,
no
Carol
skate
got you
spots in
out,
East Detroit.
dude.
Got us out, dude. Worked your way up. First one to go to college in our family.
That's wild.
Became an accountant.
Yeah, she's
Solid
boss.
job. Moved us out, dude.
And got a house with a pool.
Big old 2-story house. We all had our own rooms. That was crazy.
But the boys didn't. They
That
were
was
still
crazy.
sour.
Our house was probably like 900 square feet, maybe smaller.
I'm so bad with square footage.
900 square
like,
feet is probably the size of my living room and kitchen
Okay.
in this house, and that's it. And then and that you have 3 bedrooms.
Wait, but it was like a ranch style? Like it
just
wasn't...
one floor.
Oh, no basement.
No basement, no upstairs.
No attic.
Just
yeah.
a flat with, you walk in, there's a living room, and then there's a tiny hallway. It's not even a hallway. It just goes right into the 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a kitchen.
It's like no different than like a double wide almost.
Yeah, something like that.
Like
Probably a little bigger,
like,
I
you know, the
think.
like stationary trailers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Big ones.
I've seen some really nice double wides.
Yeah, same.
But we had a big backyard, dude. It felt like it was huge. Like where we could set up full baseball.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
It was a good time. And like I've said this before, in the backyard, we just had a regular chain link fence,
Mm-hmm.
and the neighbor in the middle of the chain link fence was a privacy fence. So it wasn't over the whole. It wasn't the whole length of the back fence. You know, it was just like a 20-foot wide section, and that was the Green Monster. If you hit the ball over that, you were the freaking boss.
Yeah,
dude.
you won.
That was the home run of all home runs.
That's funny. There was
a lot of football too.
you know what's funny?
Me and Matt versus Nick and Alex, dude.
My neighbor we didn't have a fence.
No
between-
fence. Yeah.
So we had one for the back.
Yeah, that's strange. Like that in like my neighborhood.
We
now.
had one for the people behind us, but for the people to the left and right of us, no fence.
Yeah.
And I think my parents just played chicken with them and waited it out until they put fences up. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. And then, now there's fences, but I remember there being, I remember always hitting the ball, like, into their yards and stuff. Remember you used to have to just either walk over, hop the fence, or knock on the door because you hit the ball into their yard.
We had Mr. Gray to the right of us, who was a mean old man.
Mr. Gray,
Mr. Gray, and if your ball went over there, dude, it was like going in the yard of the beast, dude.
Oh man,
it was not funny.
What was he
Your
like?
turn to hop, dude. He just had he had this giant garden back there, which I'm assuming is why.
Oh,
he's like, probably these kids are just smashing all my vegetables and flowers. But my mom later says that he was a super nice guy.
Oh, you couldn't tell.
He was just an older dude. He was old, like retired.
It's funny, like as a punk kid, who you think is like a jerk, and then as you grow up, you realize this is actually like the nicest person.
Like I think we had like a little kitchen fire or something was going on. My mom ran out, and Mr. Gray walked over, turned the gas off. For her.
Wow,
you know, like that kind of guy.
Yeah. Real stand up,
had her back,
stand up neighborhood guy.
Yeah,
it's a real staple.
But my brothers, my oldest brother, like really, so he always has a chip on his shoulder. Still does. He still claims East Detroit. You know what I mean?
Which brother is that?
Matt.
Oh man, East
He was hanging out with some real gangster dudes.
Yeah.
I was still my second oldest, definitely saw a little bit. I mean, just like poverty, like going to people's houses where like their dad just passed out and drunk on the couch.
Yeah.
There's like a gun in the house.
Oh man.
like weird stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like just delinquent stuff. We're like, geez.
Yeah, I've been in weird situations.
Had to get us out, dude.
I remember the weirdest thing. I was at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, and this kid, I was in one of the athletes' rooms, and this kid comes in, and like my buddy asked me, he's like, "Yo, you want anything from the dispensary?" I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll take like an edible or something," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And this was years ago, and this kid comes in, like the kid that went to the dispensary. He's so gangster, right? Like he's like, but he's white, but he's so hood too. Like he's like his voice, everything, and like he's just talking. Then all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, man, look what I picked up today." And like, I don't know how he got to saying he had like you gotta go through some kind of security when going in the Olympic Training Center and like where the athletes live. Dude just pulls out this tiny ass handgun. I was like, what? Dude, I was so uncomfortable. You know, I was like, I like now the thing, it was one of the few times I've ever been around like a gun like that. Where someone just whips it out and he's talking about like how he can get other guns and shit. And, like,
my
dude, who just got me this pot brownie? Like, I don't want to eat this anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't. I remember I didn't eat it. And like, dude, it was wild, though. I remember him just breaking out this gun. And you're
Little
like,
pistol, dude.
like, what the like inside, I was like, and I'm trying to stay cool.
Oh,
like,
yes,
I'm trying
sir,
to,
dude.
and all I'm thinking is,
What is that, a Ruger?
you
Nice,
could
dude.
just put a hole through me
Yeah.
right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts.
In the Olympic. What was he? What
The
kind of
Olympic-
athlete was he?
Dude, he wasn't an athlete.
What was he?
He was just the athlete's friend
Oh, really?
from the area. And I was like, yo, who are you inviting over here?
Oh, my God, dude.
I was like, I don't feel safe. It's amazing, but yeah.
Damn. Yeah,
Oh,
seeing a
dude,
gun when in that scenario makes
Dude,
you uneasy.
it was uneasy. I was like,
Playing it cool. Though.
and then it makes, because you're trying to be, oh, yeah, cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, like, oh, nice. What else could you get? Like,
Yeah.
spins.
You give me a grenade, dude.
But anyways, thanks for listening, Eyes and Ears.
Yep.
It's been a little late
trip
night
down
episode.
Memory lane there, dude.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
He's right, dude.
I'm gonna be popping pimples on my face for the next couple weeks. State 5 slices of pizza.
Yeah, baby. Jets. Shout out to him.
Jets, like it hot.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Life's short. Eat better pizza. Eat Jets. Let's get Jets. As always, keep pushing and
One love.
Keep pushing and one love from 4 Bad Eyes.